So when you returned, Sunnyvale High hadn't opened yet, so he started teaching.
No, he taught at Benner for
taught
2
at Benner
years.
Middle, well, we call it junior high.
For 2 years. And then Sunnyvale High, he was invited to come over and take over the senior class.
Which, now what year are we talking?
That was with a class of 58.
58.
So we went over in 57.
So there was he was there in 57, got it. For the graduation for 58, yeah.
He was in the 56 and 57 graduations.
Got it, so I'm a year behind, so yeah.
And then the fall of 57, we went to Sunnyvale.
So those kids that George had at Sunnyvale, they were seniors? So did they come over from a different school, like from Fremont?
Oh, they started as freshmen and sophomores at Sunnyvale High.
Got it.
And then they went on to be the class of 58.
The first graduation.
First was 58.
58.
And so they were the
We're getting it right from the source here, because
Yeah.
sometimes people aren't sure.
And in the class of 57 were the first ones that went all 4 years. Because
Right. So they might be 60.
Yeah.
And so, what was your impression of the school when you first got there?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was new, exciting, because it was new.
Yeah.
And there were so many new teachers there.
Yeah.
Starting off, and it was.
Can you remember any of the names of the original teachers who were there? Were obviously your husband George.
Well, of course, Marty Matheson was principal.
Okay.
And Adrian Stanger was vice principal. And then there was Ralph Kling, there was Tony Nunes, there was
Basketball.
Cease Kais, there was Neva Farmer, there was Natalie Weber.
Was Coach Carroll there, the football coach?
No, he came later.
Came later, okay.
Came later. I forget who was coach. Tony Nunes. No.
Yeah, you mentioned, Tony, he
Yeah.
was my basketball coach. And they were called the Sunnyvale Jets.
Sunnyvale Jets.
And why do you think they called them the Jets? I mean, I have a theory.
Oh, because
Moffett
Moffett Field,
Field.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Leading the witness on that one. I already knew it. So, so then many wonderful years at Sunnyvale High.
18 years. He left. He retired in '73 because they had a special early retirement program that they were offering, that you could take early retirement if you worked 5 years with the district, but in anything but teaching. You couldn't teach a class, but you could do. So he wrote some courses, some programs, and then was in charge of graduation for 5 years.
How old do you think George was in 1973 when he retired?
So he was 57.
57 years old. Seems like a kid.
Yeah.
Now, people out there watching this that had Mr. Buchan, he kind of had a demeanor where he kind of scared kids, but he was heart of gold, wasn't he?
Oh, he was tough, but he tender.
Tender. He loved the kids.
No.
Yeah. When that ruler got smacked onto a desk, though, it scared people. But
and then they get that metal ruler.
Oh, we won't go into that. There was a metal ruler? I don't remember that.
Didn't you? Well, no. One of the kids, he broke so many rulers, yardsticks. The yardsticks that he used.
Yeah.
And so, as a joke, the kids had a metal yardstick made over in the machine shop, and so he.
So Norma, when he would come home at the end of the day, what would be some of the stories he would tell you about the kids?
I don't know. It was nothing. all I know is that he involved me in everything that he did. Everything,
Good.
everything, every play, every game, everything that we went to, I was able to go with him to those things.
And so by extension, they became your family, especially
Yes.
later in your
That's-
life.
that's
Norma
why-
is very close to,
Some of them have become very close friends, including this one.
she's a dear friend. And Andy Bardakos, and Kathy, and once you start naming names, it's like the Academy Awards. Who did you leave off? But Norma does go to many of the reunions. I think your last, did you go to the class of 62's 50th?
I went to 58, 59, 60, 61, 62,
Fantastic.
63.
Yep.
6 of them I went to.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And it's amazing how many people I knew.
Yeah. Look up the word amazing, and next to that definition will be a picture of Norma at 95 years old, remembering people that were teachers in 1958. That's fantastic. It really is.
Well,
You have a good sense of memory. I'm going to brag on Norma a little bit. At Villa Serena, where she is the head librarian, she was named Resident of the Month a few months ago, and they did a nice. They put together. I don't know if you can see this. I'll make a close-up of it later. But they put together a slideshow, and of Norma and George's life, and they showed it in their dining hall. It was quite touching.
good.
Yeah. So in '51, they slowed down and moved to Sunnyvale. They purchased a house in 1957. Do you remember what you paid for that thing?
10,000.
10 grand. That's like 2 months of rent. George taught in Sunnyvale while Norma worked at Lockheed for 18 years. They lived in Sunnyvale for how many years? I know you're going to get this one.
44.
Willie McCovey, 44 years, and before that they had been bouncing around from state to state. Detroit being the longest, but there's doubt on that. There was one place you were there longer than that. What was it? I can't remember.
North Carolina.
North Carolina longer. Okay, she's been in Norma and George visited 85 countries, been on 20 cruises. She can't pick a favorite. I'm trying to get her to tell which her favorite cruise was, but she won't. But
Oh, my favorite cruise.
oh, you have one? Go ahead.
Oh, the Uganda.
Who knew? Go ahead.
That was a little British ship. We were the only Yanks on board. Everybody was British. And we had a ball on that one.
Nice.
It was so British.
And they could tell you were Yanks because of your accents, right?
Oh,
Give it away.
everybody. In fact,
Are you
even-
Yankees?
even one night after dinner, when they were having a program or something, and he said, "I want to." The MC said, "I want to dedicate this song to George." I left my heart in San Francisco.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And just in case we didn't get it earlier, we were talking about movies, and you mentioned the movie you liked, and you even sang a song from it in French.
Tight Little Island.
Tight Little Island, fantastic.
And The Mask of Demetrius.
Right. And then you sang a song from a movie in French. Do you remember that one? Oh no, I'm sorry, it was the movie. It was a song that you liked, that you and George liked.
Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. Je ne sais pas what to do.
I love that. It's so
Okay.
romantic. So, in closing, she's lived at Villa Serena for 12 years, and she is currently the dedicated and much appreciated librarian. Norma loves thinking about all her trips along the way and all the wonderful people she has met on her journeys. She said she has led a very good life and does not regret anything. So in closing, we're going to sing the alma mater. You start.
All hail, alma mater, all hail to Sunnyvale High. We'll always remember
as time goes fleeting by. I think that's it.
The
blue of the ocean, the white clouds up above, the blue and
white of Sunnyvale High, the sorrow
we love. 95 years old and still cheering for Sunnyvale.
Go Jets!
Yeah, go Jets! I love it. Beat Fremont.